Sagittarius, let's see what the cards have to say to you. Thank you for being here, my loves. All right, so the main situation here is the Sun, looking good so far. And we have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Seven of Cups as the block with the Five of Cups in the past. The Devil is showing up in the near future for you. And then we have the King of Wands, which is showing up as the outcome. So the outcome looks really good. It looks like we are going to achieve a level of accomplishment, which is great. And this has to do with, you doing something that fully fulfills you. I see that in the past you have been grieving something, you lost something, there's something that maybe didn't go well, and it has caused you some grief in the past, which can be the energy that is trickling down right now with the Seven of Cups, which is representing your block. And the Seven of Cups shows a confusion that's kind of making you immobilize, okay? Because it's kind of blocking the way that you want to move forward. So that's really interesting. When I see the Devil in the near future, I see that it could be really easy for you to go back to patterns that don't serve you, especially because there is a confusion on how to move forward. However, one of the most positive things that I see in your reading is that you have the Sun in the main center of the reading. There's this level of unapologetic energy that comes from you, Sagittarius. Like, you know who you are. You won't change for anybody. So you are what it is. Like, this is what you get from me, and I will not filter myself from anyone. Spirit is saying, keep that energy, keep that type of energy. Don't allow people to make you feel like you got to put yourself in a box, because that energy is what's going to help you move forward with this blockage of not knowing how to move forward. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more on the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can be a little bit of a blessing in disguise, right? Because when we're confused on how to move forward, it means that we are at least thinking about moving forward. So that's a really great thing. Okay, so these two want to jump out. You have Queen of Cups showing up right here and the Knight of Wands. All right, and then we also have here the Hanged One. So the main situation here is that we want to go when it comes to making choices, decisions in our lives that involve us taking action, right? So the Knight of Wands is actually now telling us that we need to, can't continue to keep the passion, right? That's why the Sun is here showing up for you, saying continue to keep the passion, but there's things about yourself that you need to pay attention to. Queen of Cups, you need to pay attention to your inner world. There's things that you have to process before just fully moving forward. There's the sense of not avoiding or brushing something that has truly hurt you under the rug, okay? Five of Cups, that's what you grieved. That's what you went through. This was not something small. This is something that really bothered you. So the Queen of Cups is asking you to recognize that, to give yourself the space and the safe zone to be able to process what it is that you have experienced. Okay, don't downplay the things that have happened to you. Obviously, that's not the only thing that makes you who you are, but when you're going through certain situations, I feel like at times we're so easy to just like brush it under the rug, and that's actually suppressing the experience versus releasing it. So the Queen of Cups is about feeling and releasing. That's what you need to do, instead of just wanting to push forward with something without knowing exactly what you want to do. And then with the Hanged One showing up here, this will help you look at things from a different perspective. So there could be a pause that's needed in order for you to see things from a different perspective, because there's something that you still have to process. And that's why some of you guys are feeling confused. Okay. So self-care, self-center, meditate, connect with yourself, process your emotions, whether this involves you have to go to a therapist, a professional. If that is what you want, that is what you want. You have to be able to process your experience versus suppressing it. So that's number one. Like I said, though, the Sun is in the main center of the reading. So all of these uncomfortable situations, I guess, or emotions, this is all for your highest and best good. At the end of the day, you are showing up as living your authentic life, or in your authentic light as well. The only issue that I'm seeing here is this Devil energy that's showing up in the near future. So let's go ahead and see, why is the Devil here in the near future? The Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups showing up in reverse, and the Tower showing up in reverse. Okay, so this is really fascinating, Sagittarius. Page of Pentacles is about wanting or committing to something that maybe you got to work at, meaning that you might not have the full experience. You might need to work on yourself and continue to perfect your craft, right? So there's a new, I guess you can say, commitment that needs to happen from you, because if you don't commit to this change, right? If you don't commit to this change, then you're going to be stuck in the cycle. Eight of Cups showing a issue resurfacing. And this is an emotional issue resurfacing, okay? The Tower in reverse, right? This is you're creating this tornado inside yourself, and if you're not careful, that tornado can actually show up in your external world, all right? So the Page of Pentacles is an energy of working really hard towards something that you don't fully see right now. It's about having the faith and the hope that your efforts are going to get you to the next level, right? Now, the only problem is that if you don't commit to that, if you don't commit to making these changes, then the devil is showing, well, I'm just going to keep you in the shackles, baby. I'm going to keep you in the same spot you're at, feeding you the same narrative that you have been fed in the past. And I'm going to keep you right here all confused, right? Because that's the energy that the devil brings, right? But you can break through. And breaking through means doing the practical steps, right? Doing these little adjustments to your routine, adjustments to how you perceive yourself, like those little shifts that you got to do, whether this is about your health, whether this is about your finances, or whether this is about your relationships. There's still a level of commitment that needs to happen to the change. You got to commit to this change in order to not be stuck in the cycle that's showing up here with the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Tower in reverse, all right? Now, final card that we have here is this King of Wands, which shows good fortune. It shows a great energy coming your way. That is the outcome. And I also feel like it's you blossoming into this version of yourself that has it together, that has committed to the change, okay? So King of Wands, what can you give me with the King of Wands? Temperance, that's the card of balance, trying something out, pouring into your own cup, recalibration. I really love that. And the Strength, this is the card of inner strength, endurance, believing in yourself, right? And taming your ego and learning to go from a place of love, right? To lead from a place of love, okay? What else do we have? Wait, the King of Wands. Okay, and the Chariot. The Chariot shows this ability to be able to overcome your obstacles. This is about also another word that I just got here is direction. So when you choose your direction, you got to choose to commit to the change, because if you don't commit to the change, then you're going to get discouraged along the way. Meaning there's always going to be difficulties no matter what path you choose to go in. So you need to be able to push through these difficulties. You need to be able to embrace these difficulties, right? You need to be able to say, okay, I welcome this because this is a lesson for me to learn, for me to continue to grow, right? Give me the final message for Sagittarius, please. And the Six of Swords is showing up here. That means walking away from what no longer serves you, okay? This is about not engaging in energies that keep you trapped, all right? So again, it goes back to that energy of committing to the change, Sagittarius. This is your message. Commit to the change, because there's a lot of great things that are going to come out of that, all right? So with that being said, please let me know if this reading resonated with you in any kind of way. And if it did, drop me a comment down below with your thoughts. Like and subscribe if you do want to support my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.